All right. Well, welcome to Future Friday. This morning, we're going to start a series. We're going to start the Deal Diaries series. And Maryam is going to kick us off. No, don't record. I have this AI that keeps trying to record here. We don't want that. No, no, no. Yeah, Maryam's going to kick us off with the Deal series. We all need a little bit more inspiration in this tougher market. And of course, it's always good to hear what are other agents doing? How are they doing their deals? What are they doing to get them done? So, Maryam, if you should be good to share your screen.
Okay, fantastic. Sure. Yes, and I want to share that. Perfect. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yeah. And then if you just click present in the corner at the top there, next to the share button, yeah, you should be good. And then you can do present full screen.
Amazing. Good morning, everyone.
It hasn't clicked over yet for us.
Oh, sorry. Can you guys see?
No, we still see your your Canvas screen. You on two screens?
You might have to reshare the window. That
Yeah,
happened to me
might just
before.
have to. Yeah.
It's just stuck on the Google window.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry about that. Share. Now, can you see it?
No, now we don't see the screen at all. So just go on share. You might just have to reshare the window.
Entire screen. Share. Now?
We see the Canvas screen. So if you click present, we should be able to. There we go.
Yeah,
Yay!
yeah.
Success.
Yay. Amazing. Perfect. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So I just want to share a few tips and tricks I use to navigate through this market, and hopefully you can share a few takeaways and use it yourself. Mindsets. So my mindset is, for me, is everything. I focus on possibilities, not obstacles. And I always believe in, when there's a will, there's a way mentality. And my client's why becomes my big why. I'm very determined and I become very laser focused on what I want. With challenges, I process them, learn, and move forward and shift my focus back to solutions. So, for example, my client's why. I had a lease client that she was going through a separation, and every year she had to kind of like, she wanted to continue renting. And I talked to her like, why don't we just, purchase something so you don't have to keep moving with your child. And we ended up having her mom in the deal, finding a house this summer, which was amazing. And I was keep thinking of this little girl whose name was Helen, to have a home for her so she doesn't have to keep moving. So their big why becomes my big why. Energy is huge when I work with clients. I keep the energy and enthusiasm consistent, and it is contagious. My personal approach, I invest emotionally in my client's goal, and their wins becomes like my wins. So basically, when I see a client goes to the house and he said, this is my kitchen, I love this, and I envision her cooking in that kitchen. So that fuel my energy to get that house for her and do exactly whatever I can to make it happen. I find I'm very creative, and I find solution and opportunities that others may overlook. So when I face something challenging, I keep asking myself, I don't say like, why is this has happened to me? I always say, so what can we do? What can we do? With that mindset, that opens up the possibilities of solutions at what we can do and to make it work. When I work, I put my soul into it. If you ever worked with me, or if you done any deal with me, Tifa and I were working on a deal, and she knows exactly how I work. I put my soul into it. It is my top priority. I do whatever I can do to make it work. And I don't take the easy route. I do like whatever it needs to be done. For example, my client had purchased a house and we had to sell her condo, and we were in a limited time. And so we would keep thinking, so what else we can do? So we adjust the price, we take the photos. And she had like 2 bakeries close to her house. So what we did, like we print out some MLS sheets, went to the bakery, dropped them off. Anything like outside the box that we can do to promote more showings, we did that, and we ended up selling the house. I often visualize my clients and their goals and allowing my imagination to shape the feeling and energy I bring to the process. So that's exactly what I mentioned. So when a client sees the house and they picture themselves as if I'm buying the house, I'm in that process with them to make it work. It's important to be warm and kind and firm when needed. In real estate involves emotions, and clients need both empathy and guidance. I'm very kind and I'm very warm when I meet the clients. They become my friends. I actually have a lot of them on Instagram. However, when it gets to some, price adjustments or things that I need to be firm for their benefit, I become firm. And that's the feedback I've been getting from the clients, that you care and you're firm whenever it needs to be. How you show up matters. Your energy sets the tone for every interaction. Whenever I meet with clients, I will always dress up well. I'm always go with a smile. One of the reviews that I received from one of my clients a few years ago that stuck with me was, she was saying Maryam always showed up with a smile on her face. And that was a lease client. We were looking for so many houses, and it didn't matter. Every time I saw her, I'm like, hey, like let's look, well, like let's see what we have, let's see what we can find. So that when they leave that review, I actually read the reviews myself, and I learn from what they love, and I kind of implemented more in my work. Dress well, present yourself professionally, first impression last. And I think that's very important, to always dress well and to be on time, and that first impression really matters. Confidence and positivity makes you more approachable and memorable. So getting deals done in a slow market. A lot of deals I've done this year, it was from a consistent follow-up from last year. I kept following up. Even if I had a client saying we're not ready to buy, I still follow up. For example, last December, I had a deal done from a client that she wasn't ready to sell at her house. And one of the objections was she wasn't ready to move. She said, my son went through a separation and he moved back, and he needs to find a place. I'm like, okay, perfect. So where is he looking for? Is he thinking of renting or is he thinking of buying? It's like, they're thinking of buying. I said, okay, perfect. So we ended up finding something for the son last December, and then now we have their house on the market. So even if the clients, they're not ready to move forward yet, but they may know somebody who's ready to purchase right now, or refer you to somebody. Be present in the community. I see a lot of posts of Samantha. She does a lot of community. She goes to different places, shares it on social media. I do myself a lot of open houses. I love open houses. I get to meet the clients. I get excited. I always have a music on. I bring snacks. It's a fun event. Generate business through referrals, past clients, and network connection. This is huge. I believe once you do a great job, once the clients are happy, they always remember you. They always remember the feeling of that experience, and they will refer you. This year alone, so far, I had 4 deals from previous clients that I work with so far. And actually, one of their cousin reached out 2 weeks ago, and she's ready to purchase as well. Just amazing. So yeah, tips and tricks that work for me. I'm very quick in response, which I know many of you guys are. That's what we've been trained with Jen. I wasn't like this quick in the beginning. And I remember in the beginning, Jen would keep saying speed, speed, speed. So that's something I practice, and I'm quick at everything. Even with the email that Michelle sends me, she's like, I need this document, like right away, contacting the agent. Everything needs to be quick so I don't forget, and everything's done in appropriate time. Act fast on offers, clients' questions, and market changes. Speed can make the difference in getting the deals done. One of the, again, reviews that clients came back, it doesn't matter what time they message me, they got a reply right away. If I can't message them, or if I'm in a meeting, if I'm driving, I let them know I'm driving. Can I message you in 10 minutes? Can I call you in 1 hour? But they're always in the loop. Staying organized and following a system to keep every transaction on track, that's huge. Staying organized. So when I get the listing, have everything A, B, C, D, and that Trello list really helps me to keep on track and stay organized. Prioritizing clear communication. For me, this is huge. My clients always know what's going to happen before anything happens. If a different like situation, let's say we have like an offer presentation, they know A, B, and C. This is what's going to happen in one of these options. That way they don't get stressed, especially with clients that I feel like they're more anxious or they want to know everything right away. I let them know what's going to happen before it happens, and that gives them peace of mind. Build strong connections with other agents, collaborate. That's also huge. For example, just on recent deals, Tifa and I were working with an agent. He wasn't very friendly. So we're like, so for example, they were asking for like 8% deposit, where normally it's 5%. So we have into like kind of like an argument, but that also shifted the next day. He was Italian. He was saying something in Farsi. I was saying something in Italian. We made it work. We won in a multiple offer. And that communication was a key. Staying visible and top of mind, consistent social media presence with value-driven posts. I see a lot of people in our team, they're incredible at it. I see Jake always posting. I see Brad with posting our videos and doing a voiceover. I love that. Samantha, I mean, so many. Alex, Taylor, they always post something about the market, if there's any, rate increase, decrease. And I love Jake's video when you share your updates, and in a very easy language that everyone understands. Like it's just easy to communicate. Celebrating clients' success. So I always post their reviews as well as the team. And if there's any text message, is inspiring, if it's motivating, I share that. Position yourself as a trusted resource, not just a salesperson. So clients know if they need a contractor, if have any questions, even for like shopping furnitures, they message me. So I'm not just a salesperson, I'm also helping them with other resources. What I live by. In any market, relationship close more deals than price or inventory. Stay genuine, which this is the JJ team. Everyone's is super friendly. Everyone's super nice and genuine. Be proactive. Lead with service, not sales, which I think all of us are like that. This is a true thing that I believe, that real estate is a magical place. And when you see the stars on the right-hand side, this is exactly how I feel about real estate. I truly believe real estate is a magical place. It's not just buying or selling a home, it's creating a life-changing experience for clients. I had a client a few years ago. She wanted to buy a house, make one of the rooms into a hairdresser salon, and she did that. She got the license. I'm following her on Instagram. She's off of Keswick. It's just so nice to see her business growing, their travels, their life. It completely changed their life. Every transaction carries the potential to transform a family's life. Like, this is huge. This is what fuels my energy. It's not just like, okay, getting this many deals done. This is my commission. No, it's just like having the investor get that house that they want to invest. The first time home buyer, this is their home. This is where the birthdays happen. This is where the life happens. So I look at it that way, and that really fuels my energy. This mindset fuels my energy and creativity and dedication to delivering the best experience possible. And ta-da, that's it. Does anyone have any questions?
I love the ta-da at the end. I was just waiting for sparkles to fly. That's
That's
so
what I
good.
wanted. Yeah.
That's so good. Does anyone have any questions or any feedback, anything that maybe you're doing similar to Maryam?
I have a question for Maryam. So
Yes, go
first, that
ahead.
was so amazing and so authentic, and I'm just like in awe of you.
Thank you.
When you find that things are tough and you're like in a dark hole, how do you, with your mindset and your process, get yourself out?
In the beginning of my real estate, when I started, I used to get really overwhelmed and I used to let it get me for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now I let it process, I learn from it. I don't let it get into me. And I have my moments. Like the past week, Tifa is aware, we had we had to send like 2 mutual releases when we work on an offer to get this. We won in multiple offers. We got the deal done, and then an hour later, we had to send a mutual release because we're getting a mutual release on their house. So that was a lot of energy we put into it. So that night, of course, it was challenging. The next day, I woke up and said, "Okay, so what are we gonna do? What's the process? How can we solve it?" I switch back to that solution mind. However, I do let this energy like that just uncomfortable, like it is uncomfortable, right? It is draining. But I don't let it to sit with me for too long. I learned that. Maybe like I would have it like for 1 hour, maybe, depending on the situation. And I take a shower. I love gardening. I do things in between, something different to take my mind off of it so I can come back more focused on solutions of what we can do for our clients and move forward. And it always works out. Everything works out. I believe in that. Everything works out. There's a solution for everything. And I think, again, that comes back to that mindset.
That's what JJ always says too. It always just works out. It's
Oh,
so great. It's
yeah.
already great. I love that. Like we've adopted that sentence into our lives. It's already great.
It's already good, and it's because we've done so many transactions and we went through different scenarios, and it always works out. So I believe in that. It always works out. It's just the timing is different. It always works out.
It's awesome.
Awesome, thanks.
Sure.
Anyone else? It was a great question, Deanna.
Yeah. I think one thing I like to point out when we're dealing with clients, especially buying and selling houses, it's a lot of emotions involved. And we have to have the empathy to understand it. So we are on the one side of the deal, we're just gonna get the deals done. On the other side, they have to get their mortgage, they have to sell their house, they have to prepare their house. There's so much more on their plates. To just having that empathy, it helps. You cannot be cold. We're not working at the bank. It needs that emotion, it needs that understanding. I think that's like when clients sometimes they get angry or they get frustrated. It's just not just this buying the house. There's so much more on their plates. just understanding them and just sometimes giving the space and I hear you, just agreeing with them, and that makes it much more smoother.
Good point, for sure. Before we all run to this incredible day and make amazing things happen, any other comments, feedback, questions? So good. Well, Maryam, I think you sufficiently inspired everyone to go and conquer the day today. So thank you so much for kicking us off with the Deal Diaries series. We're so very grateful for your time and truly bringing the magic this morning. And everyone else, make incredible things happen today. And then we'll see you all next time. Have an amazing day, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.